Hey there everyone, this is Nick as founder and CEO at Hitgoc. So in previous video we saw how to use radial gradients, linear gradients, and we applied some animations to it. Right, let's just have a look at our output. It was yeah, it was something like this. Right, this is our radial gradient. Now comes the time for some some effects, some event effects, something like that. Right. So let me show you guys how we can basically give hover effects to an HTML element, right? Let it be a button. So we have a button component in HTML, right? So we can call it a button, right? Let's just hit save and okay, right. This is a button, right? It by default has an hover effect, right? Whenever we hover over this button, it it changes its color, somewhat goes darker, right? So yeah, let me just let's do one thing. Let's give it some ID. Let's call it a button. Oops, yeah, come on, PDN, right? And now let's head towards or let's clear this content over here. It was button, right? And now here we can basically apply some styling, right? Let's first of all let's just make our button much a little bit bigger, right? Width 500 pixels, and let's say height 300 pixels, right? Oh, that's a big button. Let's keep it 150. Right, this work fine. This one works fine. Let's just give it a flex, right, and justify content center. Okay, it won't be applied over here. Let's do one thing. Let's wrap it up in some sort of a container div, and let's just call it a container, right? And in here, in this container, um container, we can apply display flex, justify content center in order to center that button. Right, we got it centered. Also, I need it somewhere here, right? At the center of the screen. We can let's give it some height, right? Let's give it height to 500 pixels, right? And now we can align items center, right? So let's make it somewhere 1080. Oops, that's too much. Um, just a sec. 550. Yeah, that looks pretty much fine, right? And in here, let's just line items center with display flex. Actually, the thing is, okay, let's leave it here. Actually, this button text basically it's not in the center, right? What do you guys think? Okay, let's just leave it for a moment, right? So we got a container, a button container, and we gave it flex, right? And then justify content center, align item center to basically uh, center the element, right? Let me just clear this thing out by presenting it with a border, right? You guys might get clear to yourself like that, right? So this is basically it's a flex. I mean, it's a box basically with width 100% and height 550 pixels. And in here, this is a container basically, this red one, right? And in this container, we have a child element called button, right? So with width 100 pixels and height 50 pixels, right? So as soon as we give the flex and justify component center, let's just remove this for a while. Hit save. As you can see that this button is basically centered uh, horizontally, right? It's not centered vertically. In order to center it both horizontally and vertically, we need to apply align items center as well as justify content center. So justify content center centers the element horizontally, and align item centers the element vertically, right? So this is how we can center an element within a box basically, with some given dimensions, given parameters, right? In our case, we have width 100% and height 550 pixels, right? So this is how it works. Now we can give some, a great hover effect to this button. For that, just grab this, write this button ID again, and type a colon, right? And we have plenty of, you know CSS effects properties over here, right? We won't be diving into every we won't be diving to every property, right? We'll just focus on some important stuff, right? One of it is hover, right? So whenever you hover, let's say there must be a change in the background color, right? Let's say I want it to be aqua whenever I hover over this button, right? As soon as I hover over this button, the color changes, background color changes to aqua, right? Let's style this button, right? Let's give it some attractive look. So I'm gonna give it a box shadow, some sort of shadow. Let's say 0, 5 pixels, 5 pixels, 0, and color is gonna be, let's give it aqua shadow, right? So right, this is something like this. I don't know, what if I make one 5 pixels more? Okay, what if I give 5 pixels here as well? No. Okay, right. So yeah, this one is for, I guess, for the vertical shadow. No, it's for the horizontal shadow, and this one is for the vertical shadow, right? Right. So, and this one, what it does, it basically blurs, or uh one could say it provides a shade. It basically just spread the shadows, right? So when it's 25 pixels, the shadow spreads much. And this is basically uh maybe one could call it length of the shadow, like how much how I don't know, the thickness maybe, right? How thick the shadow you want to be, right? Let's call it 15 pixels. So this much thicker the shadow would come, right? 15 pixels. We can spread it out, right? This is something like what box shadow does, right? We can remove the border basically by border none, and we can give it a nice border radius of 8 pixels, right? As you can see, the corners are just gone. maybe I should wrap it right and just copy it here as well. Cool. So this looks pretty much nice, right? Yeah. What else we can do? Mm, nice. So anyway, let's just let it be it, right? Uh, Alright guys, that's it for the video, right? See you in the next upcoming videos. That's how we can basically present or basically apply hover effect to an HTML element using this hover property, right? So yeah, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next upcoming videos. Peace out.